Hey folks, how's it all going? Welcome back in, old man. Staring right at the Pellet Pro. We've got a small brisket today, and we're gonna, small briskets are really a challenge to cook because it's so easy to dry them out. So we've got one that's been marinating all night, and I want to get the Pellet Pro fired up here. We're gonna try and do this in about 9 hours, maybe a little less. But stay tuned. I tell you what, go take a look at that little brisket, and while you're doing that, I'll get this fired up. All right, so there's our little brisket. We've had it, it's gone for about 8 hours now. And I had a little bit of this seasoning, this Creole style pork seasoning. And I know you're saying, but Tom, that's beef. But you know what? I don't think it matters. So we're not gonna leave that on there. We're actually gonna wash that off because it's had plenty of time to get soaked into that beef. I did trim, oh man, I trimmed at least a pound of fat off this brisket. And we're actually, with the fat that's left, we're actually gonna cook this fat cap up, and that's another way to try and keep it as moist as possible during the cooking process. Now, I'm going to cook it on the second shelf, so it is going to be somewhat with a water pan underneath. That'll help with the moisture, and having it on that second shelf will help protect this meat. A lot of people say you want to put the fat cap down to protect the meat. In this case, we've got a water pan, and we're on the second shelf, and I think we'll be fine. So let's get it washed off, get it on the grill. All right, about an hour, a little over an hour into it, got some nice smoke rolling out of the Pellet Pro there. You're wondering, I got it on low smoke is 160, and guess what? It's 162. Folks keep asking me about the new controller, and they're working on it. In fact, they're in the beta testing right now for the Wi-Fi and everything. So, getting close, folks. Just hang on there. Let's take a look at the inside here. That's our setup right there. Get some nice smoke on there. I put a little fresh cracked pepper on top of the fat cap there, and we'll keep going. And like I said, this is going to be a couple-hour cook here, probably closer to 8-9 hours. So we'll give you some look-sees as we proceed. You keep on watching. All right, folks. There's the temp after about 4.5 hours, and take a quick look here at our little brisket here, shrinking up a little bit there, but looking pretty nice. We're gonna bump the temp up a bit. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna bump the temp up, but we're also we're gonna cover it, and that's how we're gonna help keep the moisture in this little brisket. So, give you a look-see once we get it all covered up. All right, so there we've taken it out. We've got it in our tray, and you're saying those look like ice cubes, and my wife took the broth, the vegetable broth, and froze it, and she likes to cook it with it that way. So I think this will work. It's going to melt, and it'll be broth water, but it's vegetable broth, if that's what you're asking. So we're just going to cover this with tin foil, and back onto the grill we'll go. All right, folks, we are coming up on 6.5 hours. Let's take a gander here. Got my thermal pop. You can't see that. It's a hand. Get you up here. It's pretty tender. 207, 208. Check it one more spot. Yeah, that goes in like butter right there. That's 210 there. So this is ready to pull off, and we're gonna put a towel over it, just let it rest for another, maybe small, so probably just 45 minutes. And then we'll slice into it, give you a look-see. All right, folks, there's our teeny tiny little brisket. In total here, we've got almost 7.5 hours with the sitting resting. I let it rest. It went and cleaned out the grill, so it rested for about 45 minutes. But take a look at that. Got a nice smoke ring on there on a pellet grill. And look at that. Pulls apart really, really nice. Take a little taste test here. Oh yeah. Very nice. So can you do a small, and this was just a small brisket flat. Really small, as you can see. Can you get that to turn out and get it moist? Well, you can see the moisture in there. Yes, you can. Folks, hope this was helpful. These things are, I find these all the time at local grocery stores. They don't sell a full pack of brisket. They sell these little flats and pieces of them. So it's an additional challenge to make, but it is doable. Tom Horseman at YouTube, thumbs up, leave a comment. And as always, folks, wash your hands, stay safe. Thanks for watching.